In fanhood, there's levels in fanhood. You a fanboy because you don't represent the hood, you represent the player. So don't pretend that representing a player and representing a team is the same thing. So watch your fanboy mouth anytime you vlog on my name. Let's slow it down.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Big Tone. I had to fall back from your boy, man, the locker room, man.
Man, what I tell you, I've been telling you, nigga, you ain't want to listen.
Nah, it's not that I didn't.
That boy is a
Yo,
two-way player, bro.
I'm too
He's
wild
the
for
only
you to
nigga.
two-way player.
He's a two-way player, bro. He's the only nigga that keep LeBron picture up no matter what
Two-way
he talk
player.
about.
You know, whip that's meant to speed.
Yo, Big Tone, this dude was talking. Like, my thing is, anytime you beat him in a debate, he always got a condescending narrative,
Of course.
like, oh, you
I
guys
learned the
don't
game
know
from some
basketball and
heavyweights.
all of this shit. So I'm
Catching
like, all right,
buses,
well,
making
debate me then.
change from
He like,
another
oh,
player.
nobody debates. We just fans. Our debates don't matter. And I'm like, so why the fuck you got a show called The Smoke Show?
I'm
Like,
a
it's just too much of
rolling
moving the
stone.
goalposts for me. And it's like, I just did basketball talk. I ain't talk about none of the extra corny shit he was doing,
I'm
but just basketball
sorry
talk. When it
in
came down to
advance if I
basketball
let
content, I was
you
whooping his ass.
down.
Bruh.
And he got disrespectful. He got disrespectful to somebody on my panel, so I stopped fuck with him.
I'm
You know how I know it was bad?
sorry in
He
advance
came
if
all
I
the way.
let
He came to
you
my Facebook.
down.
Like, I never seen nobody go from like
Bruh.
look sorting
I'm
somebody out on Facebook
sorry
from
in
YouTube.
advance if I let
Like,
you
bruh, I
down.
went
That's
to his
crazy.
page. He kept calling. He kept putting my picture. I said, yo, you keep putting my
I'm
picture up.
sorry in
You
advance
like
if
to
I
make
let
my
you
soundbite part of the show. I
down.
never seen nothing like this, where somebody that's a different blogger on a different stream takes your soundbite and DJs your shit. Like he's like a fucking DJ.
I'm sorry
It was
in
my
advance
turn.
if I let
If you told me it was my turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. We are back, man. We are most definitely back, folks. We are most definitely back, man. And yeah, man, my GOAT, LeBron James, folks.
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
My GOAT, I guess he ruffled some feathers, folks, with his comments a little bit earlier. And yeah, it looks like Laker fans, folks. It looks like these people are crashing out, you know, over what my GOAT said. So that's what I want to really get into and talk about tonight, folks. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got Benko. What's going on, man? We got King J. What up, man? Okay, shout out to Pacey, Flash White. Okay, we got some clowns in here. We got this clown Philip in here. What's going on, pussy? We got Show Enough Sports. What it do, man? We got Utah. You said Lakers realizing how much they need LeBron. Shout out to We Messy TV. HC Picks. I hate y'all. Skino. What up, clown? Shout out to Armani. We got unvaccinated. Big Vic. What's going on, man? You said GOAT James is not happy in LA. Shout out to Cyrus. Folks. So, LeBron James, right? He dropped a new podcast episode. You know, pretty much talking about the season. I don't know what the full show was about because I didn't watch the full show. I only saw a clip, right? I only saw a clip. So when I saw the clip a little bit earlier, shout out to BS for you. What's going on, man? When I saw the clip earlier, folks, on Twitter, this was my initial reaction, right? About 12 hours ago. This was my initial reaction. I said, yeah, this sounds like a guy, right, who does not want to play with two white boys anymore. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know Rob Pelinka has been silently sabotaging LeBron James. Okay? Now, obviously, the Luka trade was completely disrespectful. You know, you don't trade a player like Anthony Davis, folks. You don't trade a player like that without consulting him. You just don't, you don't do that. Out of respect, this is a guy that, you know, helped you win a championship. right? Helped you, get your franchise back, relevant again, right? So they showed AD absolutely no respect whatsoever. They showed LeBron James no respect whatsoever, right? And this is why the Lakers are in the position that they're in. Bad business. When you look at the Los Angeles Clippers, they did the same thing. Karma is real. Like I said, you guys think that you can just do people any type of way and it's going to be acceptable. That's not how life works. Okay? You're not going to be successful screwing people over. You're going to get yours at some point. Right? So the Clippers, if you guys remember back in 2018, they did the same thing to Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, he signed with the Clippers in 2018. They told him, we want you to be a Clipper for life. And then 6 months later, they traded him to NBA Siberia, which at the time was the Detroit Pistons, folks. Right? Completely violated Blake Griffin, completely disrespected him, traded him in the middle of his sleep. And that's why the Clippers, ladies and gentlemen, are in purgatory. Right? That's why the Clippers haven't been successful. That's their karma. You think you're just going to do people dirty and you're going to be successful. No. So when you look at the Luka trade, it's the same thing. It's actually worse than the Blake Griffin trade because guess what? Anthony Davis actually won you a championship. And you just trade this dude in the middle of the night, in the middle of his sleep? And you think that's okay? No, that's a slime ball move. And that's why this trade for Luka has not been successful. And it won't be successful. Yeah, it won't be successful, unfortunately, for Laker fans. I saw Trevor Lane, he's on his channel right now. They're doing a live show. They're they're sending in super chats saying, "Hey Trevor, what do you think? Should we trade for Walker Kessler?" Folks, these people are cooked. They're cooked, man. Everybody they talking about going to get ain't finna do shit. Let's keep it a buck. Let's be honest. They talking about Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. What they gonna do? What's Walker Kessler gonna do? Walker Kessler can't even help his own team win games. What's he gonna do on the Lakers? Folks, these people are delusional. They have nothing, right? They don't want to admit that LeBron is their best asset. That's the crazy part. That's how racist these people are. I told you guys, this is the KKK over here. The Lakers are the Ku Klux Klan. They don't want to admit that LeBron is still their best option. You're not getting Wembanyama, folks. Like Laker fans, do you guys understand that? Cooper Flag is not walking through you guys' door. You're not getting AJ DeBonza. You're not getting Victor Wembanyama. You're not getting Darren Peterson. You're not getting Stephon Castle. You're not getting Dylan Harper. None of these guys are walking through your door. You don't have anything. You guys thought you had something in Luka, and you realized this year you don't got shit. That's what you got. You got a shit sandwich, Laker fans. Yeah, thanks to Nico. All Nico did was he went outside, right? And he took his trash out of his trash can, and all he did was walk over to his neighbor's trash can and put his trash in your yard. That's all that happened in this Luka trade. It was an exchange of garbage. It was an exchange of trash. Luka is trash can juice. That's what Luka is. He's trash can juice. Okay? You guys got DNA in this trade. You guys got DNA in this trade, folks. You want to know what DNA stands for?
You're a freaking frog!
Folks, can somebody type in the chat what DNA stands for? That's what the Lakers got. DNA. Matter of fact, DNYA. That's what you got, Laker fans. I'll let you guys figure it out. I'll let you guys figure out what DNYA stands for. DNYA. That's what you got in this trade, folks. You got clapped. You still don't get it, do you, Laker fans? You lost this trade. You're still coping, huh? You guys go to Jovan Booty every day. You go to Trevor Lane every day. You send super chats. You keep talking about Walker Kessler. You keep talking about Herb Jones. You keep talking about Trey Murphy. You keep talking about Robert Williams. Because you don't want to address the real root of your problem. And the real root of your problem is you traded away your franchise pillar for a sorry-ass white boy. This is your reality. I told you guys once the series was over. I don't know what you guys are talking about this summer for. Cap space? You don't got no cap space. Let's just say hypothetically. Okay, let's talk about the cap space for a second, right? Let's just say hypothetically, LeBron James walks. Who are you signing that can replace LeBron James's production, his leadership, his box office appeal? Who is out there that you're going to go sign that's going to replace that? Go ahead. I'll wait. Who are you signing, Faker fans?
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
Who are you signing? Who's out there? Norman Powell? Is that going to be who you guys are going to sign? Norman Powell. What? Okay, hold on. What about Andrew Wiggins? You're going to go sign Andrew Wiggins? Who's going to be your big free agent acquisition this summer? Hypothetically, if LeBron James leaves, who's going to be you guys' big time free agent acquisition, Faker fans? Who's he going to be? Who can come replace LeBron James? Nobody. You don't have shit. You don't have any draft picks. You guys got the 25th pick this year. You don't have draft picks. There's nobody to get in free agency. You don't have shit. So once again, you people are living in some sort of, fantasy land to where you think, oh, fuck LeBron, he can go. Okay, that's fine with us. We'll leave. And next year, guess what? You guys will be lucky to make the play-in tournament. And you're going to fade off into oblivion. You're going to ride off into the sunset. And nobody's going to care anymore. Once LeBron... This is what Laker fans don't get. This is what Laker fans don't get. Laker fans think this is the 1980s. They think we're still, in the 80s. They think that, there's only a few good teams in the NBA that people care about. This is what Laker fans think. They're still stuck in from 40 years ago. They're still stuck in that era. So they think just because they're the Lakers that they're relevant. Folks, I lived in LA. I was there living in LA before LeBron showed up. When they had Lonzo Ball. When they had Brandon Ingram. When they had Kyle Kuzma. Folks, nobody gave a fuck. Kobe himself went to a game in 2017? I believe it was 2017. They honored Kobe, right? Kobe shows up to the game with Vanessa and the kids. They honor Kobe at halftime. Kobe's sitting on the sideline during the second half. Lonzo Ball and these boys stinking the joint up. Kobe got up and walked out. Kobe couldn't even sit and watch that bullshit. But these corny ass Laker fans, they think they're going to be relevant once LeBron James walks out the door. That's what they think in their mind. They think this is 1985. And all people care about is the Lakers and the Celtics and Magic and Larry Bird. Get serious for a second. You ain't shit without the players. This is what people don't understand, folks, about the NBA. It's a player-driven sport. It's not football. Football, people care more about the team per se than they do individual players. In basketball, it's the complete opposite. We care more about the players. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, right? So on and so forth. That's what we care about. We care more about the player and their story and their plight and their journey than we do a team. If Steph Curry leaves the Warriors tomorrow, ain't nobody gonna care about the Warriors. If Steph Curry goes to Charlotte tomorrow, Charlotte will be intriguing. People will be tuning in to watch the Charlotte Hornets. When LeBron James went to Miami, same thing. We stopped watching Cleveland and we started watching the Heat. When he went back to Cleveland, we didn't care about the Heat anymore. We started watching Cleveland. When he came to LA, we didn't care about Cleveland anymore. We started watching the Lakers. And here come the corny Laker fans who are really just Kobe fans cosplaying as Laker fans. Trust me, I know I was there. None of these people were outside with their Laker jersey on when Lonzo Ball was the star of the show. Trust me on that. Soon as LeBron joins the team, here comes all the Mexicans, right? Dusting off their undersized Kobe jersey that they got in their closet. They got to blow the dust off of it because they haven't worn it in 6 years. So they can't even fit the jersey anymore. As soon as LeBron comes, here comes all the Mexicans with their Kobe jersey talking about, oh, we're Laker fans. Seriously? No, you're Kobe Bryant fans. Because when Lonzo was there, none of you Mexicans were outside with your Kobe Bryant jersey on anymore. It was in your closet, in the back of your closet, collecting dust. As soon as LeBron comes back, now all of a sudden, everybody's rocking Laker gear again. Oh, now it's a beef between real Laker fans and LeBron fans, right?
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
Now they want to beef with us. Now they want to beef with LeBron fans. I got niggas asking me, yo, are you a Laker fan or a LeBron fan? Now they want to overly claim a team that they weren't even watching before LeBron showed up. Now we gotta check in, chat. We gotta check in, dead homies, cuh. We gotta check in, cuh. Yeah, we gotta check in with the Laker fans. Hey homie, what team you came from, cuss? Dead homies, cuss. Oh, hey, you came from Cleveland, cuss. Oh, this nigga's a. Folks, they want to squabble up. They think they own the team. This is the mentality of Kobe fans. It's the same mentality of the gangbangers in Los Angeles. They think they own the team. They think it's their territory. And they don't even own the house that they live in. These people are insane. Seriously, we just looked up property the other day on the show. Folks, homes in Compton are starting out at $600,000-700 grand. Most of you niggas don't even own a home. And you act like you own the Lakers. Real talk. You don't even own a house. But you act like you own the Lakers. Now we got to check in with you when we want to go buy a Laker jersey. What did I tell you people? I'm not checking in with these Mexicans. Okay, Vato? You're fucking stupid, fool.
Let's touch on your future. A lot up in the air for you.
Yeah.
How are you approaching this? Being that you have had already, I think I saw the other day this great thing. It was like, you've had 4 Hall of Fame careers. Are you thinking about it every day? Are you getting close to feeling a direction, or are you just like, I need some time still?
Yeah, I'm still in the moment of like just taking my time and saying I haven't even really thought about it too much. Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. being here with this franchise for the, foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. But like, I haven't even really got to that point. I haven't even taken my family vacation yet, which is going to happen after Memorial Day. That's kind of the thing at the forefront of my mind. But, I think at some point, up in June, late June, as July roll around, free agency starts to, gets going, and July rolling, and maybe into August, we start to kind of like get a feel of, what my future may look like. If it's continuing to play the game that I love, which I know I can still give so much to the game and play at a high level, or if it's not. So, but I have not got to that point yet. And when I get there, it'd be fun to kind of see what the future could hold.
Probably only want to go in a positive environment where you can win. Year 24 is not a starting at the bottom.
Yeah. No, there's no way. There's no way. Just, winning is most important, because you want to be excited about going to work every day. You want to be excited about, like I said earlier, winning the day, and being around a group of guys that, feel the same way, and trying not to take steps backwards. Understand the season is a long marathon, and whatever the case may be. But those building blocks throughout the course of the season is what matters to when you get to the marathon, and when you get to the sprint, which is now, the postseason. So
another part of the equation is family. I mean, your kids have grown up for the most part in LA.
Yeah.
You got to consider that. At the same time, like, you're not going to go sign a 6-year deal somewhere. So
right.
It's,
it's very important, and it's up there. I mean, 1A and 1B is like where do I feel comfortable with doing with my career, but also with my family. How do they feel about whatever decision that I'm able to come up with and make, and that's a joint decision as well. I give them the insight, both my boys, my daughter, and my wife. So. It's 1A and 1B. I don't think one is higher than the other, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's very important. Obviously.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard what LeBron said, right? He wants to be in an environment that's positive, where they have a chance to win. And that's no longer in LA, because LA doesn't have anything. The best thing they got going for them is LeBron James. That's the crazy part. Because Luka's washed, and he's not even 30 yet. So there's that, right? I'm going to get to this clip of Brian Windhorst here in a second. Folks, y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. I see we got a couple of clowns in here. You said he's jealous Luka took over the team? How did he take over the team and he was sitting in street clothes in the playoffs? How did he take over the team? Last year he got clapped by Anthony Edwards in 5 games. You call that taking over? I call that getting his ass beat.
Well, we have a very interesting panel here to break this down. Three players who played with LeBron James, a reporter who covered LeBron for many years. LeBron said when we get to July or August in that clip, I don't know that he can afford to wait that long, Brian.
Well, he can afford to do whatever he wants.
Shut your bitch ass up!
I hope there's some golf in that vacation coming up. Let me just say that when he said August, that left a reaction in the league. They were like, seriously? People were texting me like, seriously? You think it could be August?
Right.
Let me explain something to you about the timeline for LeBron. I totally get, and he has earned the right to wait as long as he wants. He could wait until September and announce he wants to play, and there would be teams beating down his door to sign him. But if he wants to sign with the Lakers for any significant amount of money, he's probably going to have to make up his mind by mid to late June, because that is what his cap hold is. And that means that that number sits on the Lakers' books, even though he's not signed. It sits on the Lakers' books until something happens. What does that happen? Number one, he signs. Maybe he signs for $58 million. Maybe he signs for $28 million. Maybe he signs for $10 million. Or, and look, this is just reality. This is not, I don't think, meant to be insulting or anything. If the Lakers don't get a clear answer from LeBron by July 1st, they may have to renounce his rights and say, LeBron, we have to move on. We have to plan for next season. and then that money would just come off of their books. I would be stunned if that happened, but there is a little bit more of an urgency. And he doesn't have to, he can go on his vacation, whatever, but unless LeBron wants to sign for $3 million somewhere, which is what the NBA minimum is for a player with his experience level, he is going to have to probably come up with his mind sooner. He has made so much money in his career, he could sign for anything. But if the LeBron that I know wants to be respected, it's not even about the actual paycheck, it's about what the respect that the paycheck includes. And if he wants that respect, he probably will have to move up his timeline.
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
Gonna have me on a late night mission, pulling up.
Folks, this is so hilarious, man. You wanna know why? Because the Lakers are actually fucked. That's what's so funny about all of this, folks. You guys are fucked. You guys thought, oh, we're not gonna offer LeBron a contract, right? We're gonna make LeBron the third option. We're gonna kick LeBron out the back door. Okay. So what's the problem now? Why are you people scrambling now? Why is Trevor Lane making videos talking about, oh, this is concerning? What is concerning about it? Don't you got your two crackers? What's concerning? How are you concerned? Didn't y'all say LeBron was the one that ruined the team? Well, how is this concerning? What are you concerned about? Don't you got the leading scorer in the NBA? What are you concerned about? It was always Cap. It was always Cap, folks. It was always Cap. All of the narratives that these people pushed all season, it was all Cap. They need LeBron. Here's the reality. The Lakers need LeBron more than LeBron needs the Lakers. I'm going to say that again. The Lakers need LeBron more than LeBron needs the Lakers. That's a fact. LeBron's got more leverage as a free agent this summer than the Lakers do. There ain't no free agents out there to sign. This ain't 2010. When you had everybody was a free agent that year. There ain't nobody for you niggas to get. And if we're being honest, nobody wants to come to this bullshit franchise anyway. Let's keep it a buck, chat. Niggas didn't want to come here when Kobe was here. Niggas didn't want to play with Kobe. The only nigga that's came here in the last 30 years was LeBron. He was the only one. Everybody else got traded there. Pau Gasol traded. Shaquille O'Neal traded. Anthony Davis traded. Luka Doncic traded. Everybody that comes here, they got to trade for him. Nobody walks to the Lakers in free agency. Let's keep it a buck. They trying to sit up here and act like they got leverage. Oh, we're going to make LeBron take a veteran minimum. Are you niggas serious? So y'all can do what? Pay that trailer park trash fraud Aston? Oh, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys this, folks. I want you guys to see just how stupid these people are on social media. So some clown, let me show you guys this. So some clown, this clown. What's his name? Brian Stoner, CPA, right? Some dirty fart. Some dusty fart, right? So 11 hours ago, he has this long ass tweet about his plan for the Lakers to get a much better roster next year while paying minimal luxury tax and staying under the first apron. So his number one strategy, right? He says talk to LeBron and agree to give him $23 million.
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
So remember that. This is his idea. Let's give LeBron $23 million. Okay. Sure. We're going to renounce all cap holds except Hayes and Austin, since I plan to pay them more than that. We're going to trade Vando and our 23 first round pick to the Bulls for Jalen Smith. Who the fuck is Jalen Smith? Realistically, genuinely, who the fuck is Jalen Smith, folks? Number 4. Total of all cap space is now $67 million. Number 5. Sign LeBron, $23 million. Okay. Luke Kennard, $11 million. Robert Williams, $12 million with cap space, leaving $21 million left. We're going to trade Dalton, our leftover cap space, the 31 first round pick, 33 second, and a sign-in trade to Denver for Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson's a restricted free agent. You're not getting Peyton Watson. You niggas be sitting up here acting like Peyton Watson is the second coming of LeBron James or something. Chat, I saw this nigga's numbers. The nigga averages 14 fucking points, man. He averages 14 points, chat. So let me get this straight. You want to pay Peyton Watson more money because you're gonna give him $25 million a year. So you're gonna pay him more money than LeBron. He averages 14 points. And he's a role player. Okay. Draft Henry Wiesnar. Who the fuck is that? 7-foot center from North Carolina. I guarantee he's a cracker. Let me see. I swear to God, if I look this up and he's a fucking cracker. Yep. How'd I know? How'd I know, chat? How'd I know? I already know. Jesus Christ, dude. Incredible, man. Incredible stuff, folks. Another cracker. Another cracker. As if we don't have enough crackers. Right? You got all these crackers. We don't got no sausage. We don't got no cheese. We don't got nothing to drink. We just got crackers. Aren't you tired of eating crackers, dude?
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
He wanted to draft another cracker. Excuse me. So let me guess. Is this the Victor Wembanyama killer? This cracker? Another saltine. Is this supposed to be the Victor Wembanyama killer? Henry Wiesnar. No, Wiesar. Whatever his name is. Henry Wiesar. Another cracker. Incredible. Another saltine. Disgusting work, folks. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Number 8. We're going to use the full mid-level exception to sign Marcus Smart and Jordan Goodwin. You want to bring that sorry-ass nigga Jordan Goodwin back, huh? Really? You want to bring that sorry-ass nigga Jordan Goodwin back. Incredible stuff, folks. Then we're going to sign Jackson Hayes for 4 years, $29 million using his bird rights. And get this, folks. Get this. We're going to sign Aston to a 5-year deal worth $100.
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
Oh my God. He said we're going to sign Aston. I can't even say the number is so ridiculous. I can't even say the number. That's how ridiculous it is. This nigga said he gonna sign Aston for 5 years, $175 million.
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
Austin Reeves. Foul baiter.
He said he gonna sign Aston to the nigga that just got cooked. Think about this for a second. Aston just got cooked by a second-year bench player on OKC making $3 million. But we gonna sign him to 5 years and $175 million. Folks, You see why I tell you guys are fucked, Laker fans? It's over, man. You can't even make this up. Yeah, yeah. You sign Aston, it's really old. Y'all gonna be worse than the Knicks. Real talk. Y'all gonna be in a 50-year drought. You sign Aston. I'm telling you right now. You're gonna be in a 50-year drought. You won't win again till 2075. That's gonna be over late. Y'all signing Austin that's gonna be the nail in you guys' coffin if you guys sign Aston. That's gonna be once y'all sign Aston, y'all are gonna be irrelevant for the foreseeable future. You're gonna be irrelevant. That nigga gonna be getting cooked every single playoff run. Every single playoff run, he gonna get his ass beat. So like I said, that was his genius strategy, right? So I replied to the clown. I said, so your strategy is to build around two unathletic white dudes and make them the highest paid players on the Lakers. Laughable at best. Peyton Watson is a restricted free agent. LeBron won't take a pay cut to watch Reeves make more. Lakers are cooked without LeBron. Folks, you think LeBron James is going to sit on a team where Aston Reeves is making more money than him? He'll walk for that. He'll walk. He'll go take a. I believe LeBron will take a vet minimum before he sits on a team where Aston Reeves makes more money than him. If I'm LeBron, I'd rather just take a vet minimum somewhere else. Just off of GP. That's just straight up and down disrespectful. That's insanity. Aston's worth a mid-level exception at best. Folks, Aston's worth between $2 to $6 million a season. That's what he's worth. When Dennis Schroeder turned down his contract with the Lakers, right? 5 years ago. The Lakers offered him $84 million. He turned it down. He thought he could go get more, right? What did he sign with when he went to Boston? He signed a 1-year deal for $5 million. Only Laker fans think Aston Reeves is valuable. Only Laker fans think that. I don't hear no other team talking about we're going to pay this dude 30, 40, 20 mil. I've seen no team saying that. No team has said that. This is all Laker propaganda. No team has said that. Who are the Lakers bidding against for Aston anyway? Who are we bidding against? You're bidding against yourself because nobody wants him. Folks, these people are utterly insane, man. These people are utterly insane. Let's watch this video. So ESPN LA Radio, they put out a video. They said, is Rob Pelinka on the hot seat? I was going to watch this video, but I said, you know what? I'm going to wait to watch it with the chat when I go live. So here we go.
The Dodgerization of the Lakers, where they tried to hire a guy named Steve Senior, who's the assistant GM for the Wolves. Tim Connolly is the president of basketball operations for the Wolves and basically the GM. And he works for him. He passed on working for Rob Pelinka, the Dodgers company, group, Zaidi, those guys, and Andrew Friedman, I guess, I would imagine, all reached out, and he turned them down. They're still working on some candidates, I would imagine, to come in and be those. They want 2 assistant GMs. Mm-hmm. And we also found out that Austin Reeves' rehab was done with the Dodgers group.
Yeah, I did read that article. I can't say that I'm necessarily surprised. I mean, let's face it. The Dodgers and the Lakers are now they're one organization, right? I mean, just as an example, with the Seattle Seahawks own the Seattle MLS soccer team, and they play in the same stadium, and they share the same offices, and the PR department for the Seahawks is also the PR department for the soccer team. My point is only this, that when you own two teams in the same town, they should work in coordination with one another. And we knew from the beginning that the Lakers front office and the Lakers medical staff and the Lakers from a technology standpoint, the Lakers may be the Los Angeles Lakers, but behind the scenes, they're a mom and pop operation. And frankly, not only were they a mom and pop, meaning a small business, even though it's a multi-billion-dollar business, and they're cheap. That has been the reality of this franchise under this ownership until Mark Walter shows up, buys the team for $10 billion and goes, now we're going to Dodgerize the Lakers. And that means more front office executives doing more things. That means more technology. It means more training staff, etc. Austin Reeves got to go to Dodger Stadium to rehab because they got better stuff. Probably more people. Maybe better people.
I feel like that's kind of weird. Like, what does it say
Better
about the
stuff,
Lakers?
too. Yes.
The Lakers facilities, right?
Well, that's why the Lakers are moving their G League team out of the facility so that they can say, we focus on the Lakers, not on the minor league team.
Not just that, though. There's extreme revenue by moving it out to Coachella Valley.
I'm sure there is.
That is a very big revenue play of squeezing every dollar you can. And that is, again, the Kings have the Ontario Reign. Right. We now have the Ontario Tower Buzzers out there. Mm-hmm. There is so much money out in the N1 Empire and into the Coachella Valley where there used to be that gap where Lake Elsinore is, where there used to just be nothing. And now it is booming. Yeah. So that's also a huge revenue play. And you get Laker fans out there to come into Laker games because they're committed, and you're seeing the minor leagues out there. And now those guys go to the pros, hopefully, and you're like, oh, let's spend the money to go to an actual Laker game at Crypto.com Arena.
Yeah, and they got that brand new arena out there as well, where the Reign play and now where the Lakers guys will play. Yeah, so there's a lot of great concerts that come out there. I mean, my point is that there are a lot of entertainment dollars available out in the IE. So one love, IE. You hear that, George?
One love, IE.
That's right.
I just think that the Lakers' path of, trying to build for the next several years is not what anyone here signed up for, including Luka Doncic, who's been here for 18 months, and I'm sure is starting to get a little impatient, if I had to guess. You got to build the right team right away, and if it's only a shot for one season, then so be it. And then you kind of go from there, because I just think that if you're going to try to build to against these teams, you're going to need several years. I don't think anyone has that level of patience around here. Not the fans, not the players involved, and I don't even believe if the ownership were being truthful, they understand. I think they understand they can't be that level of patient. I think they have to try to thread the needle of trying to add pieces for the future while also going in full throttle and trying to win as soon as possible, or at least giving yourself the best shot to win as soon as possible.
That's actually a really good point. Give me 1 second, folks. Shout out to Mike298 with the $5 super chat.
I'm a rolling stone. Austin Reeves. Foul baiter.
You said, I say Aston owes us money for stinking up the joint in the playoffs 3 years in a row. The Dodgers found out that Aston was faking. Folks, I agree. Shout out to Mike298. I agree with what he just said. And let's think about this realistically, right? When was the last time the San Antonio Spurs won a championship? We're talking what, 2014? When they had Kawhi, that was the last time they won a championship. I believe in 2017, they might have gotten to the conference finals or the second round, I think, where they played Golden State. And then Kawhi got hurt. Zaza Pachulia had that infamous, play on Kawhi, dirty play. And Kawhi rolled his ankle, and we didn't see Kawhi in that series anymore. And I think they got swept. But, yeah, they haven't won a ring since 2014, right? Kawhi left in, 2018? Yeah, he left in 2018. And they've been rebuilding since then. Since Kawhi left, right? So we're talking what? We're talking what, folks? A 6-year? What year are we in? 2026? And they're finally back to competing for a title. So it took them 8 years. Yeah, 2018 to 2026. It took them 8 years to tank and be sorry and get Wemby and get Castle and get Vassell and Harper and Carter Bryant. It took 8 years. This is why I say the Lakers are done. You guys think you can retool a team with no assets? No nothing? You don't have no draft picks. You don't have no young talent because you haven't developed anybody. Maybe if you would have developed Bronny, if you would have developed Dalton Connect, okay, maybe now you got some young prospects that other people will want because you've developed them. I know people will want Jared McCain. I know people will want AJ Mitchell. Isaiah Joe. People will want those guys on OKC. Why? Because they've been developed. The Lakers don't develop their guys. Who's going to take them? Who wants Dalton Connect at this point? Who's lining up to get Dalton? I'm sure there's some teams that would be interested, but at what price? Maybe a second round pick, maybe. Nobody's probably giving you a first for Dalton. At this point, y'all have completely destroyed his value. So once again, your best player is a 41-year-old. And then outside of that, your only other true asset on the roster is Luka. So the only way, this is what Laker fans don't get. The only way realistically the Lakers could improve their roster is by trading Luka. That's the only way. That's the only way. There is no other way. You don't have draft picks and you don't have any blue chip prospects. So how are you going to get a trade done when you don't have shit to trade? The whole point of a trade is to have something of value that you can give to somebody else for something of value. That's the whole point of a trade. You go to the gas station. Hey, here's 20 on pump one. I'm giving you $20 and you're going to give me $20 worth of gas. It's a fair trade. Lakers want to trade trash for a treasure. That's not going to happen in reality. That's not going to happen. So if we were really having honest conversations, Laker fans, and I'm putting up air quotes for you Laker fans, because we all know you guys are Kobe fans in reality, but whatever. Laker fans, if you guys want to have real conversations, you will be talking about trading Luka right now for some draft picks. Or for some young blue chip talent. Call Utah. Say, hey, we'll give you Luka. Give us Keontae and Ace Bailey. That's what y'all need. Y'all need young talent. You don't have any of that. You got a 30-year-old baby mama in Luka. That's what you got. You got a 30-year-old single mother in Luka. How is that an asset? Really think about this for a second. How is a 30-year-old baby mama an asset? That's a liability. A 30-year-old baby mama with 2 kids. That's what Luka is. A 30-year-old baby mama with 2 kids. How is that an asset? He can't even stay healthy. He can't even get you to the finals. He's getting outplayed by niggas that's younger than him. Victor Wembanyama is 22. He lost last year to Anthony Edwards, who was 23. He's losing to niggas younger than him. How is he an asset? Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't want to have real conversations. You want to keep talking. That's all they do on Lakers Nation. On Fakers Nation, excuse me. All they do on Fakers Nation. Hey, Trevor, what do you think? Should we trade for Walker Kessler? Yeah, another saltine. Yeah, you're going to win with Walker Kessler, who just missed all of last year with a shoulder injury. But he's going to come to the Lakers and make you guys a dynasty.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
Well, I would agree,
Yeah, I don't
George.
envy Rob Pelinka.
Yeah. Well, I just think that to your
well,
point,
Rob
though,
Pelinka, I don't know. I mean, Rob Pelinka is going to – there's going to be a lot of eyes on Rob Pelinka. This offseason is going to be a real tell as to how this organization feels about him moving forward, because they're trying to hire GMs or assistant GMs to pair with him. The guy from Minnesota turned them down. I understand why they would go after the guy from Minnesota. Look at what they've been able to accomplish there. In a very short amount of time, they were one of the worst franchises in the sport. They've been to the conference finals in 2 of the last 3 years. They've been deep in the playoffs for 4 straight years, and they've built depth. They've built the team the right way. They have their superstar. They've made trades, shrewd trades that have worked, and they've developed. And that's kind of the way you have to do it in the NBA these days. I just think this. I think the biggest question that I think most GM candidates or assistant GM candidates will have is, am I tied to Pelinka or am I tied to this Dodgers group if I'm signing up here? And I think that's something that has to be defined. And even if it's defined, I don't know if people are necessarily going to buy it if it's not to Pelinka. It just feels like Rob and his tenure with the Lakers, and I mean, I don't know, I'd love to hear how you guys think. It just seems like logic says he's not their guy, and, it would be only reasonable to wonder if you are tied to him or not. And if you're not, then that's different. But if you are, then you're like, wait, what am I signing up for then? Why would I do that?
Uh-oh. 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 I had to whip out the Beyonce, folks. Uh-oh. You know it's bad when the whites start turning on you. The whites normally stick together, folks. When the whites start to turn on other whites, that's how you know you're shitty at your gig, dude. Yeah, even he's saying it. He's like, yo, are we sure Rob Pelinka's the guy at this point? They're looking around the league. They're looking at Minnesota, what they've done. They're looking at Boston. They're looking at the Knicks. They're looking at San Antonio, OKC. They're looking at these young players. They're looking at the assets these teams have acquired over the years, the draft picks, the compensation they've gotten. And they're looking at the Lakers, and people with a logical brain are like, wait a second. What do we actually have here? The best thing we have going for us is a 41-year-old. I mean, think about that for a second. That's how garbage Rob Pelinka is at his job. That the best thing about your team is a 41-year-old and his son, Bronny James. Your supposed best player, the Saltine, he was in street clothes in the playoffs. He didn't want that OKC smoke. He knew he was going to get his cheeks obliterated. That's why he didn't play. Oh, he had a hamstring injury. Oh, look at Jalen Williams. That's why Luka didn't come back. Luka missed a month before the OKC series. Did Jalen Williams go to Spain to go promote healing like Luka did? Wasn't that what Luka went to Spain for? So he could go get some medication so he could heal faster? Did Jalen Williams go to Spain? I don't remember hearing no reports about Jalen Williams going to Spain. Oh, exactly. Exactly. Oh, see? This is what they were saying last night, chat, during the game when Jalen Williams got hurt. Oh, see? For all the dumbasses that thought Luka should have came back, look. Didn't he go to Spain so he could come back healthy and play? I mean, at least Jalen Williams gutted it out. At least he showed some heart. At least he showed he wanted to be there for his team. Luka didn't even try to play. And then, even if he does re-injure himself, he ain't going to play again for another 5 months. He got 5 months to heal. It's the playoffs. Ain't nobody 100%. Chat, they want him to be 100% before he can play? Everybody's dealing with something. It's the playoffs. Look at Dylan Harper. He left the game yesterday. De'Aaron Fox, he's missing games. A lot of these guys are missing games. What's the problem? Okay, so missed a few games, but you got to come back at some point. Joel Embiid missed games. He came back. He played. He played against Boston. He missed a couple games, but he came back and played at least a couple games. You can't give us one game? You couldn't give us game 4. You couldn't come back. This is the last game of the season. You couldn't come back and just try? You didn't want to try. You didn't want to try? Pussy! And then the most disgusting part about it is these soft-ass beta cuck Laker fans defending that pussy. That's even more nasty than his bitch ass. It's you cuck, beta cuck Laker fanboys. And I'm referring to you, Trevor. You beta cuck fanboys are you guys are worse than Luka. Because he does the weak shit and then y'all co-sign that weak ass shit. Y'all don't even have any problems with the stuff that he does. Y'all co-sign it. He can't do nothing wrong to y'all. That would have been AD. Y'all would be sitting here talking about how injury prone he is, how he's never available. He's got all these injury concerns. But when it's Luka, it's, see, that's why he didn't play. Good job, Luka, for not playing. You would have been Jalen Williams. I love you, Luka. Beta, cuck, fanboy, frauds. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt with a picture of Luka on there. Beta, cuck, fanboy, frauds. I'm going to put this picture on a shirt. Beta, cuck, fanboy, frauds. That's what y'all are. I already know he's weak. What's even nastier than his weak ass is you weak ass niggas that co-sign his weak ass. Y'all are even worse than him. This is a shit show. I'm going to be honest. This is all from the fans to the media to the players on the damn team. The Lakers are a shit show. LeBron, get up out of here, dude. Seriously. What did Kendrick say? Hey, LeBron, keep the family away. You got to get the family away. You got to get the family out of here, man.
I think, Michelle, I want to hear what you think, but George, it's the first time I've heard you say it. It's something that I've obviously been thinking about for a long time. I think a lot of Laker fans are. There's a new ownership group. And they're going to come in and they're going to Dodgerize this franchise. And why would they necessarily be loyal or tied to or care about Rob Pelinka? Now, the answer for some people might be, well, because the Lakers gave him a contract extension. Let me tell you something. When somebody knows that they're on their way out and they want to do a friend a favor, Jeannie Buss giving Rob Pelinka a long-term contract extension, that's a favor because when he gets fired, as most people in those positions do, he's going to get bought out. It'd be a lot easier to just say, oh, you're gone. We don't owe you anything. But if you owe him 3-4 years and you owe him, I'm just making up a number, $25 million, that might have somebody say, well, we don't want to fire him. We don't want to have to pay him. But this group doesn't care. Money grows on trees for these guys. I'm glad to hear you say it because, Michelle, I'm not so sure Rob Pelinka is long for the Lakers.
Well, obviously, you guys know better than I do, boots on the ground there, the intricacies of this organization. But you bring up such a good point about this new ownership group, because not only does money grow on trees for them, but they know how to win. And they're probably not afraid to make a move in order to put the person or people in place that they think is going to get this organization to where it needs to go. So, yeah, wow. I hadn't really thought that he might not be long for the job just because he has been such a staple there for so long. And you think about the contract extension, but with new ownership, it feels like anything is really on the table, right?
Shut your bitch ass up!
And, yeah, I haven't really thought about that, but that's actually a good point, you're right. Not only are the Lakers, have deep pockets, but, they also want to win. So that's actually a really good point. I didn't think about it, maybe, he will get fired because, even though he's been such a staple, they want to win.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Yeah, sure, sis. The fuck out of here. Like I said, folks, Rob Pelinka, your time is up, pussy. Okay? Your time is up. You're shitty, dude. You're shitty. You traded for Russell Westbrook. You traded for Luka. You let Caruso, you let Caruso walk. You broke up the championship team. You're a trash can. You're a trash bag. That's what you are. You're trash can juice, Rob Pelinka. Fuck you. Realistically. And the reason why you don't like my GOAT, the reason why you keep doing all this nonsense is because you don't want LeBron to win another ring. You want to keep LeBron at 4 so your buddy can remain above LeBron in rings, even though everybody knows who the better player is. Oh, man. You said if Rob was going to be gone, he'd be fired already? What's the wait? Like I said, Mr. Player Made, it's May, dude. Like, it's May. Like I said, I don't care to argue it, Mr. Player Made. I really don't, because I really could care less at this point. Because I think LeBron is going to leave. So at that point, I don't care anymore. I'm more interested to talk about where LeBron is going to go than to sit up here and keep arguing about Rob Pelinka. Because at the end of the day, Mr. Player Made, whether or not he stays or goes, it doesn't matter at this point. It's too late. You're not building a championship contending team in 3 months. So it don't matter anyway. Even if he gets fired, let's just say he gets fired. You think the Lakers are going to go from getting swept in the second round to next year they're going to be in the finals competing for a title? No, it's not going to happen. They're not going to pass OKC. They're not going to pass San Antonio. And they're not going to pass Minnesota. And I'm not even mentioning, the other teams that are going to get better. Because I think the Mavericks are going to be better than the Lakers next year. If they keep Kyrie. I think they'll be better than the Lakers. They're going to have Kyrie, Cooper Flag, and basically, they got basically the same finals team. Minus Luka, but they replaced Luka with a better player than Cooper Flag. So Dallas, they're going to be right in the mix. They're going to be in that tier. They're going to be in the San Antonio, OKC, Minnesota tier. To me, they're going to be in that tier. And then you still got your Denvers. You still going to have, other teams climbing their way up. Portland's going to get better. They got young talent. They're going to get better. They made the playoffs this year. They'll be better. The Suns probably will make the playoffs again. They'll be better. We got to see what Steph and the Warriors going to do. Like, there's so many other teams. They're not. The Lakers ain't doing anything. I don't care who they. At this point, it don't matter no more. It don't matter. Mr. Player Made. At this point, they can pay Reeves. I don't even care to argue that shit anymore. They can pay him. Let them go ahead and pay him. I don't even care no more. Let them pay Reeves. Matter of fact, they can keep Rob and pay Reeves. I wouldn't care. Because it's not going to matter anyway. The days of us talking about what the Lakers should do that's going to help improve them, those days are over. The Lakers are done. You're not going to catch okay. Okay, let's take OKC for an example. Let's take OKC for an example, right? So they traded for Paul George, or they traded for SGA, excuse me, in 2019. So they blew up the Russell Westbrook Thunder with Russ and Paul George and Melo. They blew that up and traded Paul George for SGA. And they started their rebuild. In 2019, they just won a title in 2025. So it took them 6 years to win once they started their rebuild. And they had draft picks. They had a blue chip prospect in SGA. So they had things to work with. What do the Lakers got? They don't even have anything. They got no blue chip prospects. They got no draft picks. They got no assets. So it's over. It's over. And then to top it all off, the guy you want to build around is a saltine. You're not winning with a saltine. So even let's just say hypothetically they did have the draft picks. They did have a couple of assets. Nigga, you're still going to build the team around this saltine, so you still won't win. The Lakers' whole strategy and plan is it's stupid, it's idiotic, and it doesn't make any sense. No real team. Look at the last 4 teams left. Cleveland, New York, OKC, San Antonio. What team is building around a saltine? What team is building around a saltine? What team is building around 2 saltines? Come on, gang. So like I said, Mr. Player Mate, I'm done, bro. I don't even care no more, gang. It's over. This, like I said, the only thing the Lakers could do that would improve them dramatically is trading Luka. If they're not going to trade Luka, it don't matter. No other move is going to matter. That's the biggest domino that needs to drop for the Lakers for them to actually move forward with a rebuild. If they keep Luka, nothing else will matter. Rob Pelinka won't matter. Austin Reeves won't matter. Nothing else will matter if they continue to think that they can build around a saltine. I don't care what they do. They can go get Giannis, they still wouldn't win. Seriously, LeBron could walk. They could trade for Giannis, they still wouldn't win. Exactly, Bob the Builder. Even Giannis can't save the Lakers. Exactly. It's over. You're not catching San Antonio. They've been rebuilding their team since Kawhi left. Kawhi left in 2018. This has been an 8-year process for them to get to this point. So what do Laker fans... Y'all gonna have to be sorry for a few years. In reality, y'all gonna have to suck for a few years. And does Luka want to be a part of that? No. You guys heard Rob Pelinka. He said we don't do rebuilds. Okay, well you're gonna suck then. Matter of fact, no. The Lakers are gonna be like what Drake is now. Sophisticated garbage. That's what Drake is at this point. You know? The packaging looks nice. That's what the Lakers are. They got the lure of the Lakers. They got the jerseys. They got the fans. They got the celebrities courtside. It's a great package. But when we put the CD in the car and we press play, it's gonna be trash. when we sit down and we grab our soda and our popcorn in April next year and we put the Lakers on, it's gonna be trash, nigga. Y'all are gonna be like Drake. Sophisticated trash. It's gonna look good. It might even sound good. But when we get to April of next year and it's time to watch the playoffs, same with Drake. When we turn new Drake on, it's gonna be trash. That's just the reality. It's gonna be trash. Nigga, Drake don't have one hit song on this new project. Not one. I've been listening to the album for the last few days. Nigga, I don't even remember half the songs. The only song right now that's you know, doing a few numbers, a little bit of numbers, is that Janice song. That's the only one. All his other songs, I can't even remember the name of them songs. And I'm a huge Drake fan, or used to be before he started painting his nails. This was never Drake. Drake always had bangers. Drake had albums you could put the album on and let the whole album ride. Drake sucks now. Drake sucks. His other two albums, I didn't even listen to that shit. Real talk. I haven't even listened to Costellar. Me either. I haven't listened to Habibti and Maid of Honor. I haven't listened to those. I barely remember anything on Iceman. The nigga sucks. But because he's Drake, right? Niggas want to act like, oh, it's still good. Oh, I love Drake. Thank you, Drake. This is so great. Man, get out of here, man. Nobody want to listen to you sing about these hoes. Nobody want to sit up here and watch Aston get his ass beat by AJ Mitchell. Shit's trash, gang. So, it is what it is, folks. So, Mr. Player Made, listen, bro. I'm good, bro. All right? I don't want to argue with you no more about Rob Pelinka no more. And should they keep him? Is he going to sign Austin? You know, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. I've accepted it. I realized it about a week and a half ago when the Lakers lost. I watched that OKC team. I said, yeah, there's no way you're catching that. And they still got draft picks. They still got assets. There's no way you're catching that. That shit's over. It's over. You're not catching OKC. SGA is a better player than Luka. You're not catching OKC. He's better than Luka. You're not catching Wemby. So it's over. You're not catching the Spurs. That shit's over with. It's over. It's over. So we like I said, chat, we don't got to argue about Aston and his contract, anything no more. That shit's over with. It doesn't matter. If they pay him $200 million, it won't matter. If they let him walk, it won't matter. It won't matter. Nothing matters anymore. You don't have any assets. You don't have draft picks. Every day they go to Lakers Nation, sending Trevor super chats. Hey, Trevor, what do you think? Do you think we can get Walker Kessler?
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
These dumbass niggas talking about Walker Kessler. Nigga, do you know what Wemby will do to Walker Kessler, gang? Has Walker Kessler ever even played in the playoffs? Chat, has Walker Kessler ever even played in the playoffs? They talk about Walker Kessler like he's Wilt Chamberlain. This nigga gonna get to the playoffs and get exposed. Y'all think y'all hate DeAndre Ayton? Okay. Yo, chat, look at this. Has Walker Kessler ever been to the playoffs? No. Walker Kessler has not yet appeared in the NBA playoffs. Since entering the league in 2022, his team, the Utah Jazz, has not qualified for the postseason. You niggas want to trade for a nigga that's never even made the playoffs, gang. Laker fans, put the fries in the bag, dude. Put the fries in the bag, nigga. It's over. Okay? Your genius idea is to go get a injury-prone saltine who's never made your brilliant idea is to trade for an injury-prone saltine who never made the playoffs. That's actually hilarious. But y'all hate on DeAndre Ayton. Chat, they shitted on DeAndre Ayton, but they want to go get a nigga who never even played in the Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck DA, but we're gonna go get Walker Kessler, a saltine. Okay. Incredible stuff, folks. Laker fans are actually stupid. It's fries, gang. Exactly. Spam fries in the chat, folks. It's fries for the Lakers. Just accept it, man. Aren't you guys tired anyway? Because I know I'm tired. Like I said, Mr. Player Made, he trying to come over here and argue. Mr. Player Made, I'm tired, man. I don't want to argue anymore, gang. It's over. Just give me my fries, nigga. Just give me my fries, gang. Just put the fries in the bag, nigga. Let me go home. Let me eat my nuggets and my fries, and I'm gonna just call it a night, dude. I don't want to argue anymore about this shit, man. It's over. Like, we can stop pretending like the Lakers got a chance. These niggas suck. Nigga, our best player, Aston, because remember, think about this for a second, right? So Aston's our best player in the series versus OKC. Because remember, they said he was our second option, and LeBron was our third option. So Luka's not playing, so that means Austin is our best player on the floor versus OKC, right? So think about this. Our best player got outplayed by OKC's 8th man. It's fries, chat. Put the fries in the bag, dude. It's fries, gang. And then the craziest part is they want to pay this nigga $40 million. Think about that for a second. Think about how insane Laker fans actually are. They want a role-playing bum to be their second option, and he got outplayed by OKC's 8th man, who's in his second season making $3 million a year. And then they want to pay this nigga $40 million for getting his ass beat. Chat, they want to give him a raise for getting his cheeks clapped. I mean, at this point, Aston's a porn star. At this point, seriously. Aston's doing porn at this point. Real talk. He gets paid to get his cheeks clapped. I mean, this is insane. Chat, Aston's a porn star. Real talk. I've never seen this before. He's a porn star. The Lakers are paying him to get his cheeks clapped. They've completely flipped the script. See, before you had to play well and win to get a raise and to get more money. Now, the Lakers have turned Aston into a porn star, and they are paying him to get his cheeks busted. That's incredible, man. Yo, Mr. Player Made, I don't want any more smoke. I don't want no more smoke, nigga. I'm good,
nah, you
Kay.
good, man. You good, bro.
I don't want no more smoke with you, man.
I dead ass agree with you, bro. Like I be listening to these Laker channels and these pages on Twitter, bro, and it's just sad that these niggas don't realize it's fries for these niggas already, bro. Like they don't realize the position that Mark Williams them in, and the position that Jeannie and the Lakers have put them in. They have put this team so far back down the timeline, bro. Like you said, OKC has already lapped them. Wemby and the Spurs have lapped them. We've already seen what Minnesota can do to them. Denver, we're not even gonna put them in the contest no more. We've already seen what Denver done to Aston. Denver started Cheek Busters the movie. Like that's the reason why we watching this shit. You know? So we not even
He
gonna
said
get on
Denver.
all the shit.
He said Denver started it. Right. We forget about Denver. We forgotten about Denver and what Denver has done to us. That's a good point.
Yeah, so it's like people don't realize how bad this situation is, and like you said, bro, and I'm just looking at it from a LeBron fan standpoint. To hell with this team. I don't care if these niggas sign Austin Reeves to a $300 million contract. Let them do it. I want this team to burn in hell, bro. The way they've done LeBron, the way they've done the GOAT. I don't give a shit what these boys doing no more. Like if Pelinka's still the president or basketball operations doing what he got to do, great, because he ain't done nothing for LeBron and he not gonna do nothing for Luka and Mark Williams. Them. Good riddance.
Yeah, we got the Tethernator. Shout out to you with the $2 super chat. You said these Neanderthugs are losing it over Aston. So yeah, I've tuned in. I saw a couple of videos that Faker Nation. You probably saw Mr. Player made. But yeah, he's crashing out when on LeBron because LeBron said what he said on his podcast. You saw the clip when he was talking about what he would be looking for. He wants to win and blah blah blah. So give us your thoughts on that. Like, what do you think about what LeBron said? It seems like to me he's indicating that he wants out. Like, that didn't sound like his comments to me didn't sound like somebody that's like, I believe in what we have and I want to stay and run it back. It seems like he wants to move on and do something different.
No, LeBron is definitely out of there. Like the interview you had up there with him talking to, was it Steve Nash or whatever? Like the interview, he's basically breaking down he's echoing what Rich Paul said early in the year. If you think about it, Rich Paul said that the Lakers need some better talent on the floor, and they should look towards trading Austin Reeves. The Lakers missed out on that opportunity. You can't trade Austin Reeves anymore. At this point, you have to sign him to a contract, and after you sign him to a contract, then you have to realize what other team you want to trade him to. So we have to basically do a sign and trade, which is almost impossible at this point. So looking at from what LeBron said, he's basically describing what he wants to go to for his next element of his career. He wants to go to a contender who's got some young talent, who's got talent on the floor to where he can just come in seamlessly and fit himself into a role that he had similar to what he was versus the Rockets in the playoffs, where he can just facilitate the ball and score and pick his spots when he need to. Everybody in the world saw that's how you build the team around LeBron. But for some reason, Rob Pelinka and Jeannie, after they got rid of Magic, they realized they didn't want to do that no more. They wanted to go in a different direction. And if everybody's been paying attention, the Lakers have been saying for the past 5 or 6 years, we're basing this team on when LeBron is leaving. The Lakers, Rob Pelinka and Jeannie, been hoping for LeBron to leave for about 3 or 4 draft pick seasons at this point, because they could have traded the pick that would have made JHS Kyrie a long time ago. They could have made this team a contender a long time ago. Them guys could have traded for Zach LaVine. At this point, I would have took Zach LaVine over Luka Doncic, because at least Zach LaVine played all year. Luka Doncic played all year too, but Zach LaVine played. He would have played for us through the playoffs. So all LeBron needed was a real running mate for that third spot, and they could never achieve that. So now we're looking at a situation where we got Mark Walters and everybody's supposed to come in, and they're supposed to come in and reshape the team. But realistically, what does Mark Walters and them have to work with? Even if they were to fire Rob, what does he have to work with? So like you said, bro, this team is cooked, and basically LeBron was describing the type of team he wants to go to in the future, because it's definitely not the Lakers. The Lakers can achieve what he was lacking for.
Yeah, I think I just think, like I said, and then we're not even talking about the other teams that are coming, Mr. Player made, that have the same blueprint that basically OKC and the Spurs have. Like, I look at the Mavericks, like I said, they're in the same category to me. Max Christie, young up and coming player. He might still be like, what, 23, 24 maybe? He's still young. Cooper Flag is still young. They're going to get Kyrie back this year or next year. This year coming up, whatever. Derek Lively's still young. You still got PJ. You still got Daniel Gafford. Like, they're going to be a problem. Then that's not going to be no easy out, especially once Cooper Flag, starts developing and getting better. So they're coming. You got Portland. They got young talent. Scoot. I think Caleb Love, right? They got over there, they got a good mix of, veterans too. Holiday and Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams. They're going to get better. The Suns. There's just other teams, to me, that just are better suited to win than the Lakers are. The Lakers are just, they're just fraudulent to me. It's just not. It's not. There's no substance here. You know, I mean, the only thing they have is LeBron, and they've shitted on him. So once he leaves, you don't have anything else. Like, realistically, you don't have anything. You know, okay, you got, if LeBron walks, okay, so what you gonna use your cap money on? Norman Powell? Andrew Wiggins? You're gonna be a playing team. I mean, Andrew Wiggins and Norman Powell, they were in Miami in the East. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Nope.
So what you think? They're gonna come over here and you're gonna be a playing team with those dudes.
The Lakers squandered their opportunities to build some talent. I mean, when they were talking about we keeping the draft picks and we trying to continue on with continuity. When Rob was saying all that stuff every summer and every trade deadline, it messed up the team because they didn't groom any new talent to have any type of roles. Like if you look at OKC, right? They play 10 guys. All 10 of those guys know their roles. If you look at press conferences from DeAndre Ayton this year, he was basically telling you he didn't know what the hell he was supposed to do. His role was completely at certain times of the year. That's why he was telling people he's not no Clint Capella. Because if they talking about they want him to play a Clint Capella role, but he's not playing, but he's not in that role, there's nothing that he could do about it. You know what I'm saying? So
and Mr. Playbay, not to cut you off, but just to add to that, you know the difference between the Lakers and OKC. The Lakers shit on their players. OKC builds their guys up. Mm-hmm. So when DA was trying to let y'all know, hey, I'm not Clint Capella. I can do more than that. Give me the ball. I don't want to just be running up and down the court watching Luka dribble the air out the ball every play. They shitted on him. Oh, well, this is what you signed up for. They don't even want him to develop or get better. But then when they need him in the playoffs, and he's nowhere to be found, then it's like, oh, well, fuck him. Let's trade him and go get Nicholas Claxton. They gonna keep doing that. That's all they gonna do. Like, that's why I'm finna laugh the next 10 years. I'm finna just laugh at this team. Because everybody that they always talk about they want to get, all they gonna do is do what they did this year. All the blacks, Marcus Smart, DA, Rui, all these guys, LeBron, all they gonna do is shit on them. So let them go get Trey Murphy. Let them go get Andrew Wiggins or Norman Powell or Herb Jones. All they gonna do is when they get here, Herb Jones gonna start missing shots, and they gonna say Herb Jones sucks. Fuck him. Bro, they do this with everybody.
And to piggyback off what you're saying right there, listen to I watched that situation with Trevor Lane talk about that trade. Do you know how asinine it is, bro? You realize that Trey Murphy is the New Orleans Hornets top scorer, and we gonna give him Vando, a nigga who can't shoot? Who would make that deal? Like, that's the type of rain they pissed on Lakers fans' head every single year, bro. Like this nigga is Trey Murphy is a number one scorer, and we gonna send her a trade package around Jared Vanderbilt. He doesn't shoot the ball. Nobody in their right mind would make that trade. I don't care if you give him draft picks for the next 8 years. Why would I make that trade? Why would I give you Jared Vanderbilt for my number one offensive guy? That's retarded.
I'm gonna make you better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get worse and make you better simultaneously. That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. And the Lakers think they got something with these draft picks. Like, bro, when have the Lakers draft picks ever hit on anything? The last time they hit on something was like Lonzo Ball, D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram. That's the last time the Lakers hit on some draft picks. That was almost a decade ago. And them draft picks ain't hit on nothing. Them boys ain't even won nothing.
But you gotta remember, but you gotta remember though, Mr. Player Man, here's what's so interesting. When they was getting those niggas, the team was sorry.
Yeah.
So how can you get better, but you got Luka here and you simultaneously want to compete as well? It can't happen. OKC and the Spurs, the Mavericks, they had to suck.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
how many games the Mavericks won this year? 20 something?
Mm-hmm.
They had to suck to get Cooper Flag and to, you know, get the players that they got. Same with OKC, and they had to be sorry for a few years. How you got Luka here and you talking about you want to get better? Your draft picks are never going to be high because you're always going to have a top team. You're always going to be a top 4 team, top 5 team in the West with Luka. So how are you going to get better? It's impossible.
Yeah, and you trying to fleece other teams for their picks, bro. That's not gonna happen. It's just no way it's gonna happen because the Lakers haven't built any assets. Like you were saying earlier, if they had built guys like Dalton, if they had tried to build Bronny, if they tried to even build JHS, we can go back and back and back. Guys they could have just gave opportunity to. They wouldn't even do that versus giving Austin Reeves all this shine. They allowed Austin Reeves to grow only within this Laker process. We've watched plenty of guys, young talent that's been through the Lakers facility from LeBron tenure there. We watched plenty of guys, but the only one that stuck around was Austin Reeves, and they've wasted everybody that came after him.
That's a
So
good
therefore,
point.
they have no assets.
That's a great point. That's a phenomenal point. You're exactly right. We've wasted Lonnie, what's the nigga name that went to sack? Malik Monk. Yeah, so been a lot of guys, a lot of really good players we could have kept and they could have been rotation pieces. Dalton, even Bronny. Bronny showed us in that series versus Houston, like you squinted hard enough, you saw Davion Mitchell.
Yeah.
You saw a rotation player for a second if you squinted hard enough during that series versus Houston, and it's like, yeah, we got to OKC, no minutes, didn't play him. It's Dalton. We ain't seen Dalton in 6 months. It's just like, and then that's why I laugh when they be like, "Oh, JJ's doing a good job." How? You're not developed. You're a coach. You're not gonna play your players. And then look, Mr. Player Mate, they ran Aston into the ground so these dudes can get their fake numbers. That's why they played Luka and Aston 40 minutes a game so they can get their fake numbers. And now look. They get injured, and now the guys that were on the bench the whole year, they're cold. So now you want them to come in April, right before the playoffs, and turn into a rotation player? It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. You haven't been using the guys this entire time. Like, they wasted those guys on it. But like you said, bro, like, that's a great point, too. They ran Luka and Reeves into the ground. Reeves was an Iron Man at one point. He was playing 80-some games a season. Now he's missing games. They're running him into the ground because he can't take being a top option like that. His body cannot take it. And I mean, we all know he faked those injuries or whatever. But at the same time, they've run, like you said, they've run those guys into the ground to the point where the other guys, once they're available, it's no point of putting them in the game because they have no real role. Like I said, OKC's running 10 guys out there. Spurs running 9 guys out there. All those guys know their roles. JJ ain't coaching nobody. JJ not developing nobody. The last time we seen somebody get developed was when the Lakers had Phil Handy, and that was about 3-4 seasons ago. So we don't see guys. We don't see that aspect of the Lakers anymore. It's like they took that developmental part away and just said, we're just going to put all our focus on Reeves and whoever has the ball, Luka. So that's what they're doing. So they don't really want to put any guys in the position. They just want to develop Austin Reeves, and that's what they've done.
But the reason why they want to do it like that is because they're trying to make him the Alex Caruso. And we're seeing it in the playoffs now. They let Caruso walk. And because they let Caruso walk, and because they regret that decision probably, more than likely, what they're trying to do is overcompensate with Reeves. They want Reeves to be the Caruso. But you can see it every time we get to the playoff. I mean, okay, Caruso, for example, he does everything for them. This nigga will guard Wemby. He'll guard the Joker. He'll play elite defense. He can shoot. He can space the floor. He's a good offensive player. He's an impactful player. He's a positive for OKC. He was a positive for the Lakers. Reeves is a negative. We lose with him. And all they want to do is give him 40 minutes a night because he's inefficient and they want him to get his numbers, so they leave him out there long enough so he can keep shooting. And eventually his numbers will even themselves out. And at the end of the game, he'll be, 7 for 23 with 23 points. And they'll say, oh, well, he did play well. It's like, dude, he played 45 minutes, my guy. Meanwhile, Jared McCain will come in 15 minutes. He'll light you up for 15. AJ Mitchell could come in. Yeah, exactly.
And the problem with the Lakers is is they allowed this to go on because they tried, like you said, they tried to overcompensate with the loss of what's that boy named Alex Caruso. But the problem is Alex Caruso is a glue guy type player. When you have a glue guy type player on your team, he's willing to do anything. Like you said, he'll guard Wemby, he'll guard Joker, he'll guard anybody. We saw him guard Joker last year. He went guarding Wemby this year. So he'll guard anybody. So that's a glue guy. Austin Reeves is not a glue guy. He's a glue guy when it comes to you put the ball in his hand, he ain't gonna give it up. He gonna have the ball glued to his hand, but he's not a glue guy where you can put him in any specific spot on the court and he's gonna fill in that role. Austin Reeves cannot do that. Austin Reeves isn't a good rebounder. Austin Reeves isn't that good of a passer. Austin Reeves isn't a good shooter. So using him for his offensive aspects is, like you said, is always going to be a net negative. But a guy like Alex Caruso, you can put him anywhere on the court and he's going to actually have a positive impact because he's a positive impact player. He has a skill set.
Exactly, man. We got Mike 298 in the chat. You said he hit the nail on the head. We have been here and saw how only Aston was developed and got the green light. And I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Playmate. I remember when Dalton, because there was a point, I think in his rookie season, he was starting games, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember he had that one game where he tied the rookie record for most threes in a game. I think he had like 9 threes, had 37 points in that game. And I think once they saw, like, you know, because he's 6'5", he can handle the ball. He's basically a better version of Reeves. He's a bigger, more athletic version of Reeves, and he can actually shoot. So I think what they tried to do was when they saw him kind of coming on, they were like, nah, we're you know, they're focused on Reeves. And that's what it's been, man, the last few years, man. They just been focused on trying to develop this fraud. Yeah, Dalton Knecht, NBA career high is 37 points. He achieved on November 19, 2024 versus the Utah Jazz.
And the Lakers have been scrubbing him ever since, bro. Dalton Knecht is 25. Like, he's not a young player. Like, they drafted him as an older player, and you think that when you get older players that come out the draft, you play them because what do you have left of him? He showed you everything he's done in 4 years in college. His developmental is so much that it's going to be so much in the NBA. Like, they have done Dalton a complete disservice with his career because he was a later draft pick. You know what I'm saying? He got drafted when he was about 24. So he was a 23, 24. He was a later draft pick. Most guys come out first year out the league, they 19, 20 years old maybe. Dalton was 23. So you got a guy like Dalton, and when they first got him, they said he was the steal of the draft. So you got a guy that's quote unquote the steal of the draft. You're gonna put him in plus positions to play him. Bro, that boy scored that 37 points and they forgot about him. Wanted to trade him. So in this season, they completely forgot about him. They didn't want him on the team, what it looks like, because he could have played tons of minutes when Austin Reeves was gone, but he did not. They didn't even play Bronny. The Lakers have completely abandoned development, and I don't care if they want to say it's because of the Bus brothers being the scouts or whatever. I don't believe that they fired them guys because they wasn't scouting properly, because at the end of the day, whoever they scout, JJ still got to play. And if JJ not playing these guys, it don't matter who the hell you go draft.
And that's why I laugh. That's why I laugh when I tune into these clowns in the mayonnaise media and they talk about JJ's a good coach and he's doing a good job. It's like, how? He's getting carried by two star players, which is LeBron and Luka. If they weren't here, I mean, how would he, like, he's not doing a good job. You gotta develop some players, man. Like, you can't just that's really what he does. He just stands there and lets Reeves and LeBron and Luka carry him to victories. He's not really coaching. And it gets exposed. It gets exposed every time we get to the playoffs. Chris Finch last year outcoached him, and this year Mark Daigneault outcoached him. But because he won a few games off the back of LeBron and Luka, he's a good coach? How are you a good coach?
JJ hasn't even established the Lakers an identity, because think about it, right? We all know what we already know what OKC is. We already know what the Spurs are. OKC is a team that's going to get out there and run with you, and you have to really guard the perimeter in order to beat them. What the hell are the Lakers' objective when they get on that court? Put the ball in Luka's hand and let him do what he want to do. Or put the ball in LeBron's hand and let him do what he want to do. Put the ball in Reeves' hand and let him do what he want to do. Everybody else is not doing that. OKC could easily say, let's give SJ the ball and everybody else get the hell out of the way. He's the two-time MVP. But they don't do that. They spread the ball around. They run a system where they actually are using everybody within their team. They're using everybody's strengths and weaknesses. They're not just using a handful of guys' strengths and weaknesses and say, let's this is our identity. No, they have a full identity as a team. Even though they have one of the best players in the league, the team has an identity of who the rest of the guys are. You don't know who the rest of the guys are when you see the Lakers. If you see the starting lineup for the Lakers, after you go LeBron, Lucas, Reeves, what the hell is everybody else doing? Nobody even cares.
Yeah, like I said, Mr. Player Mate, that's why I say, bro, it's just a clown show. So it's just like, for me, I just think the best thing LeBron can do, like, I think there's just so many other teams, like I said, I mean, the Clippers have a top 5 pick in this year's draft. Like, I'm going to be honest, if LeBron just genuinely didn't want to leave LA, which I understand, like, I think the Clippers are in a better position to win than the Lakers are. Darius Garland, Benedict Mathurin, Kawhi, top 5 pick.
If he was to go to the Clippers, I mean, it would just
Ty Lue.
Yeah, he got Ty Lue. If he was to go there, I mean, I could see it for basketball reasons, but for PR reasons, man, that's just gonna be hell, bro. Like, you go from the Lakers to the Clippers. Man, that's hell PR in Los Angeles, dog. Like, the Kobe fans are just the little pink things come out.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It would be hell. He'd have to have a bulletproof car for sure. But if we're talking about like a situation where, he can win, I mean, LeBron and Kawhi, Darius Garland, another and a top 5 pick. I think that can be intriguing. Benedict Mathurin, that can be intriguing.
Yeah.
That's more intriguing. That's more intriguing to me than the Lakers.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of places he can go that'll literally make you think. But I mean, I feel like Rich Paul and them, they got a good plan. I feel like they have a plan for LeBron to leave this team, and I feel like LeBron has already started it in motion. Like with that interview you saw, like he said he wants to go to a team with talent. I hope that he's willing to play with some younger talent. I hope that he's not trying to go to a team, make them trade this pick and get this pick to get this person out of there. I hope he's just trying to come in and be seamless, the way he was with this Lakers offense with this Houston run, because that team looked special. I mean, even if it was against, the Houston Rockets, it looked special for a moment. So if I was to see LeBron with some higher grade of talent, I mean, I feel like LeBron still got something special in him as a passer. He ain't necessarily got to be a score-first player anymore. He could be a pass-first player, and we could still see something special with LeBron. So I feel like whoever got the most targets, the most offensive weapons for him, that's where he need to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think there'll be a lot of teams that obviously could use him. I mean, when you look at Minnesota, when you look at Julius Randle and the way he flamed out, it don't even look like his own teammates like him anymore. I seen some quotes from Nas Reed and Jaden McDaniels. It's like I don't know if they feeling that nigga no more. So you telling me they couldn't swap out Julius Randle and plug in LeBron, and that team wouldn't be a favorite to come out the West? I think they would be. They got everything. Like I said, there's just so many other teams, bro. I mean, and that's just in the West. Like if he goes out East, you got teams out there where if you plug them in, So that's why I never bought the notion, nobody's got space to sign them. Like, that doesn't matter. Teams will make some trades. They'll get off some guys. Like, that shit ain't gonna matter. I think it's gonna be interesting.
If AD start recruiting, it's gonna get scary. If AD say, you know what, we're gonna stick around with Washington. We already got Trae Young. I know you don't like Trae Young, but we already got Trae Young. But we gonna stick around. What if I stick around a little bit? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the team that AD got down there in Washington. They got some lengthy guys, out there. You know what I'm saying? They got Alex Sarr. He's 7 foot. AD 6'11". That's Alex Sarr is pretty much what AD wanted from the Lakers. He wanted the center. Alex Sarr can play center for you. You throw LeBron at the 3 spot, you got Trae Young at the 2. I mean, at the point guard, and then you try to draft something or try to trade that draft pick to get somebody. And Washington Wizards said they weren't opposed to trading that pick, and then they got the number 1 pick. You traded for some pieces, you might have you something, bro. Like they might really have something in Washington, but it's all about what Clutch want to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Rich Paul gonna make a good decision, but like I said, if AD start recruiting, bro, it's gonna get scary.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're in a better position to win than the Lakers. I think if you ask me right now who would I think would win a championship if we're starting from right now, who would win a championship first, Washington or the Lakers? I would say Washington. I think they're in a better position to win than the Lakers are. You know? They have number 1 pick. That's a coveted asset in a draft class like this. You can get you got opportunity to get your hands on a AJ DeBonza.
Yeah,
I would take him right now over Luka.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll take AJ immediately, bro. AJ 6'9". AJ is damn near like another Cooper Flag type build. He's 6'9", lengthy
Exactly.
guy, can jump out the gym, athletic, shoot the ball, bro. Although I saw a little bit of his combine, he was missing some threes. Okay, he's not a 3-point shooter yet. He can get there. But if he's athletic enough to get to the rim and score, bro, hell yeah. That'd be crazy. I couldn't imagine Trae Young, AJ, LeBron, AD, Alex Starr, bro. That's all top number 1 picks. That's every single person in the first starting line was the number 1 pick. That's insane.
Right. I'll give you another team I think is better off right now. I think Utah.
Utah could make a move. I mean, it's crazy as hell that Utah is that wild ass state, but that would be a crazy lineup because you got to think about it. The talent that they have and the GM that's willing to move mountains like Danny Ainge. Man, yeah, they'll make Danny Ainge will make that team into something around LeBron.
Walker Kessler, Lowry Markkanen, Ace Bailey, Keontae George, number 2 pick Darren Peterson maybe, and then they got a lot of guys on rookie scales too, so they're not spending a lot of money on Oh, I forgot about Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, they got Triple J. Yeah, bro.
Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just so many better teams in a better position than the Lakers. The Lakers don't have shit, Mr. Player Made.
Yeah.
What asset? The only asset the Lakers have is Luka. He's the only, because nobody's gonna trade for a 41-year-old LeBron. Nobody's gonna give you an asset for that. So the only asset that you have that you could get significant compensation for, and that's even ticking as well, because I think once we get a little bit, 2-3 years from now, I don't think teams are gonna give you. I mean, I just seen a trade package for Giannis. Miami offered him I think the package was like Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, and some picks.
Like 2 firsts.
Yeah.
2 firsts.
It's like, I mean, so you're trading $1 for 4 quarters. It's like none of them guys can equal up to Giannis.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
If Giannis go for some small change, bro, then you could probably never get off Luka. Like, think about it. If Giannis go for small change, like let's just say if that deal hits, that's a small change deal, bro. Imagine the pennies they'll get for Luka, bro. They wouldn't get nothing for Luka.
That's what I'm saying.
A team give them like Trey Murphy. They have to pray.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, if I'm Milwaukee, like, I would expect to get at least an all-star, and I'm not talking about like a Sengun. You know what I mean? I'm talking about because he's won a championship. And this is what I was saying when we traded Anthony Davis. To me, the trade didn't make sense from the get-go. You're trading away an NBA champion for a guy that hasn't won a champion. Like, if we were going to talk about trading AD, okay, I'd be open to it. I'd listen. What are we talking about? Are we talking about the Joker? Are we talking Giannis? Okay, I'm intrigued by it a little bit. But if you talk about we're going to trade AD for Joel Embiid, then I'm not necessarily interested in that.
Yeah, I'm hanging up.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Luka. Like, I wouldn't have been interested in that. But if you said, okay, we'll give you Paolo Banchero, like a young blue chip prospect, 21, 22, okay, maybe I'll entertain that. But Luka, you traded for this dude, he's 26, 25, 20, he was turning 26 when you got him. Nah, if I'm going to do that, I need somebody like Cooper. I need a 19-year-old. I need an AJ if I'm going to give up a champion. I need a nigga that's 19. I don't want a nigga that's 26. You know what I mean? You ain't LeBron. When LeBron was 26, he had the whole world signing up, ready to sign him. No, Luka wasn't that. Niggas wanted to trade him. Niggas didn't even want him. It's the complete opposite of what LeBron was.
Yeah.
Niggas
The thing
wanted
about
LeBron. You probably, I don't know how old you was, Mr. Player Man, but I remember summer 2010. He was taking meetings with everybody. The Clippers,
every team.
the Bulls, the Knicks. Every team was, trying to get him. So, yeah, Luka, I mean, he's just not that. So
Yeah, the problem is that they tried to do a soft rebuild, and you can't do a soft rebuild with a player like Luka. Like, if you want to do a rebuild, you do a rebuild because Luka's essentially a one-way player. You could do a soft rebuild with a two-way player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really give an example of that right now on the top of my head, but you can do a soft rebuild with a two-way player because he's going to give you talent on both ends of the ball. A guy like LeBron, say for instance, hypothetically you would have traded for a guy like LeBron at 26. You can build around him immediately because he plays both sides of the ball. What a guy like Luka does, he only plays one side of the ball, so you have to go and load up on the other side of the ball. So you can't do a soft rebuild with him. You basically have to do a full rebuild with a player like Luka because if you're trading away a champion like AD, you losing defense and you losing offense. But if you just get offense from Luka, bro, you got to build all both sides of that. So you can't do a soft rebuild like
But
that. You have to tear everything down and start from the beginning.
let's touch on Luka real quick, Mr. Playmate, because this is interesting too. Let's put ourselves in Luka's shoes for a second. I didn't ask to be here. My heart is still technically in Dallas. And I just came from a team where we got to the finals. And now I'm here in LA in a city I didn't ask to be in. I didn't ask to be on the Lakers. And we're not in the finals. And now y'all are talking about, we're going to go get who? Who you going to go get? Like, they're not even talking about, like, making no big splash. They talking about Giannis. Like, come on, man, that's a pipe dream, right? So it's like, if I'm Luka, I'm looking around like, wait a second, do I even want to be here?
Yeah,
and that's the aspect I think a lot of these Laker fans haven't even thought about, bro. Y'all thinking, oh, we got 10 years with this dude, like he's just like he signed up for life. Like, no, he signed a 3-year extension, and we're already this year just ended. He about to be a player. He about to have a player option in 28. That's 2 more years. Yep. So y'all better get serious, or you gonna lose LeBron and Luka.
Yeah, because they've lost LeBron. That's done. Like when they said the team was Luka's, that's when they lost LeBron. But if you look at the fact, like you're saying, like you're 100% right. When you look at this situation, we don't know if what's his mentality of being a Laker. He didn't want to be that. He signed up to have his own team when he came to the NBA. He was going to be a locked in Dallas Maverick for life, just like Dirk. They had already picked a trajectory for him. You're going to be our next Dirk. Stay here for life and we're going to take care of you. And he was down for that. He was getting fat. He didn't even give a damn how he came to camp. He was so comfortable with his job. He was getting fat. So he did not come over here to come lose weight, get in shape, and play real basketball. He signed up to be fat, out of shape, and do whatever he want to do in Dallas. So the next team that can give him that opportunity, he going to take that. He's not giving a crap about. I don't think Luka really cares about winning, bro. Because if Luka cared about winning, he would have came through in them playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I've seen games where Luka was playing hurt in them Euro leagues, but he came back and played. But he didn't come back and play for the Lakers. That should tell you all you need to know right there. He went home and shook hands with and kissed babies and waved to the fans at the Real Madrid game. But he came over here and sat down in all black. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. He was an all white over there in Slovenia. He came over here. He was dressed in all black on the sideline. It was a goddamn funeral. That should tell you everything you know about Luka Doncic, how you feel about the Lakers.
Exactly. And my thing is this. This is what happens when you do a deal where you don't talk to the players involved. When you just do it, that's why I say it's a dirty trade. And I don't know why Laker fans want to sit up here and keep playing stupid. It's dirty on both sides. It's dirty for AD. It was dirty for Luka. He said he threw his phone when he got traded, broke his phone. He didn't want to be there. He just bought a house in Dallas. He didn't want to be here. So,
like FIM be saying, man, Pelinka, a dirty rat.
Exactly. So my thing is like, okay, if LeBron, let's just say hypothetically LeBron is out, he walks. If you're Luka and you coming in the next year in the training camp and you're looking around and you see Aston and Robert Williams in this bitch, I mean, come on, man. Like you're not gonna be confident in your ability to go compete. Like not with Wemby. Yeah. And then that's the thing with Wemby and SGA and the Thunder and the Spurs. We're in a new era now, Mr. Player Made. Now it's about defense. Mm-hmm. Like you're not gonna get away. This ain't 24 where you could get away with being a liability and get out the West. You're not getting out the West if you're a liability. On defense, it's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen, bro.
People talk down on SGA defense, but that boy jumped up and tried to and contested a Stephen Castle dunk last night. Like, he could have got punched on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he jumped up there and blocked that shot. Like, he's contested that. It was a foul, but SGA jumped out there and contested it. And I'm looking at it like, bro, Luka would have got dunked on before he tried to block that shot. And I give it to SGA. Like that may be you 100% right, bro. The tides have turned. Even SGA realized that he got to play defense sometimes. He can't just coast and just be an offensive guy. And I'm seeing that. We don't see that with Luka. We don't see that extra oomph to go get out there with a shot. Yeah, Luka jump in the pass lanes, catch a steal, but he's not gonna get up there with you. I saw SGA get up there with somebody, bro. Like, hey, that's the determining factor right there for me. SGA will get out there, Luka will not.
Exactly. A lot of these fans, they thinking this is still 2024 and all we got to do is, build the team like Nico's team. It's like, bro, that ship has sailed, my guy. Like, that was 3 years ago. Like,
and that was a GM that knew his assets.
Exactly. Like, y'all gotta catch up to what the league is now. The league now, it's about blue chip prospects on rookie scale contracts. And you build the team around that. You can add vets around that. But if you don't have the days of putting 3 vets on a team, them days is over. Look at the Clip. They tried it. The Clippers tried it. They went out and got Kawhi and Paul George and Russ and James Harden. They had all them vets. They couldn't win. They started the season, 6-21?
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. So that strategy is over. You're not gonna go sign, a bunch of 33-year-olds and think like Steph. The same thing. They try to go get Jimmy and Draymond and Steph. That's not gonna work. Y'all niggas is too old. You're gonna need some young blue chip talent, and you're gonna have to develop them. That's the same problem with Steve Kerr. He didn't want to develop his niggas.
Yep.
It's the same problem. If you're unwilling to develop players in this day and age, in 2026 and beyond, you're not gonna be successful.
Facts.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with it, Mr. Player Made. Yeah, them days is over. The days of we're gonna pair, 2 guys, 3 guys together, and no, man. You gotta have some young talent, some fresh legs. You gotta have some guys on some rookie scale deals. So you can afford to pay other people.
You 1,000% right, because if you would take, I'm just take the makeup of that team. Say for instance the Clippers that you were just describing, like how they had all them vets, how they have, I forgot that guy, forgot the nigga who fleeced them, dog. I forgot that nigga name. The nigga from Washington, Bradley Beal. The nigga Bradley Beal fleeced
right.
them.
Forgot about his ass.
If you would have put a team, I'm just hypothetically put a team structured like that with a bunch of vets in, let's say 2015, 2010, hell yeah, that would have worked. That would have been a dream team. You have all them vets like that. You can get them off of vet minimum contracts and so on in MLEs. That would have been a dream. But the problem is teams like Golden State have bit in that 3-man weave aspect, and then they won their 4th title by doing it the new way. But then all of a sudden Steve Kerr didn't want to develop anybody, and now we're looking at the Golden State Warriors now that can't keep no talent because they ain't developing no talent. And that's with the worst situation that JJ's in. JJ ain't even won nothing with his talent, and he can't develop them. I don't see how JJ can even keep his job for real. But, Lakers got that good old boy system, so it don't really matter. But realistically, JJ shouldn't be keeping his job the way he got it, bro.
Well, he's got the complexion for the protection. So he's a saltine, so he'll be fine. If this was Darvin, they would have been fired Darvin by now. We would have already got the notification that Darvin has been relieved of his duties. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Even like with the Knicks, like You know, Jalen Brunson took less money. You know, a lot of those guys, you know, like they're not making a ton of money. You know, like Josh Hart. I think like some of their guys are though. Like Cat's making a bag. But I don't think, you know, a lot of those dudes like Deuce and Jose Alvarado and Landry Shamet, you know, they mainly just paying like they big dogs the big money. But you know, those guys are still relatively young too. You know, I don't know how old Jalen Brunson is, but I don't think he's that old. So it's like, yeah, if you're like I said, if you're trying to do what the Clippers are doing, oldest team in the league, or the Warriors, that's what's going to happen. Jimmy Butler, torn ACL, whatever, like Kyrie, you know, like same things. Like, bro, at a certain point, like everybody's not LeBron. You know, I think LeBron is like, you know, warped our minds to where we think everybody's just going to be a productive player deep into their, you know, late 30s and early 40s. Like, no, like, no, man. Like, a lot of you niggas, once y'all hit 33, 34, like that's it. You're done peaking at that point. You're on the decline. You know what I mean? And you got to have a backup plan. Like Steph, like the nigga missed how many straight games? 27 straight games, something like that this year. Like, you're not LeBron, bro. Like, it's exhausting to play like Steph Curry. This nigga's running around every possession trying to get open. Like, that shit's exhausting. At some point, you're gonna start breaking down. You're not gonna be as productive anymore. You gotta have young guys. You know, and that's what Jordan Poole was supposed to be. But, you know, I just think same thing with Aston. Like, they didn't want him, you know. It's like they pick and choose what guys they want to shine and what guys they don't. You know, it's like, you know, Jordan Poole probably thought he was bigger than the program, so they was like, you know what? We got to get you up out of here. Ain't nobody going to be bigger than Steph. But see, Steph has that cachet within the organization. They love that nigga. LeBron is kind of different. You know, they love Kobe. So it don't matter what LeBron do, you know, they ain't going to give him that same love. That's why I think he got to go home. I think he can go home he can go to Cleveland right now, Mr. Player Mate, and kick his feet up, and it's going to be like back to regularly scheduled programming.
I can't stand it. I could see him going back because they just these lame ass niggas that went down 2-0. Like, they're not even trying, bro. It's
Donovan,
like just,
bro, how many points did Donovan have tonight?
I can't recall it. But dog, it's like these niggas is not even trying, bro. Like Cleveland, look like James Harden is such a piece of garbage, bro. It's ridiculous to see that nigga play in the playoffs. I wouldn't even want Braun to go out there if Harden gonna still be on the team, bro. Because the stuff Harden be pulling out there in the playoffs, it's ridiculous. Heck, how many points did he have last night? Like 8 points in the first game. Like, that's trash. Like, I can't stand how James Harden is all throughout the season, but then he gets to the playoffs and he's a totally different player. I couldn't see LeBron going out there and help those guys. I just could not see it. Saving Harden, hell no.
Yeah, I think the best thing, and we can close on this, Mr. Player Mate, I think the best thing for Bron to do would be to go to a team where, like, for example, like the Knicks, like they have not won, you know, in 50 years. You know, like they would be, you know, it's like the Lakers, like their fan base is spoiled. They're spoiled. You know, like LeBron got to go somewhere where it's like, we need you. You know what I mean? Like you are our missing piece. You know what I mean? And I think there's a few teams like that. Like the Clippers are one where it's like, you know, I get what you were saying about him, you know, not going there. I get it, but they're a team that fits that mold. Like, they would love to have that nigga. You know what I mean? Their franchise has never won. So, you know, same thing with, like, you know, Wizards. You know, they ain't won in 50 years. They ain't going to be mad if he go there. You know, you got these clowns out here spray painting murals, and I mean, it's just ridiculous what they did to LeBron out in LA. It's insane.
Yeah, so. Knicks fans win a game. They out there screaming in the street, dog.
Yeah, they have a great fan base. Yeah, they have one of the best fan bases in sports. The Knicks too. And
niggas drinking Hennessy out there on Times Square when Knicks win. Shit.
Exactly. You see it now. So, like, if he were to go there and help them win in Gotham City, like, that's legendary. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's a few places he could go where I think they genuinely need him. He would be appreciated. And yeah, I just think this Lakers thing ran its course, man. It's over. You know, it's enough's enough at this point. So that's where I'm at with it, Mr. Player Made. Good call though, man. You got any final thoughts?
Nah, man, I agree with you, bro. I'm just waiting for Bron to get the hell up out of here, bro. I'm tired of these Lakers.
Exactly. We'll see what happens, man. All right, Mr. Player Made. Good call, bro. Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
All right, bro. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mr. Player Made, bro. It's my guy. That's my guy, man. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, good show, folks. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Good conversation tonight, man. Good conversation. So yeah, folks, the Saltines, they're upset. I saw Trevor Lane, you know, he's posting videos, and I'm sure his conglomerates are gonna follow suit with their bashing of LeBron. So yeah, man, we'll see what happens in the coming weeks, folks. But yeah, man. Look at this chat. LeBron reveals free agent timeline. Red flag for Lakers. Fuck out of here, pussy. LeBron's comments. Roster build. Fuck out of here, nigga. Nigga talking about a red flag for the Lakers. Ain't y'all building a team around two saltines? I think that's the red flag, buddy.
You bitch ass LeBron James fans.
I'm out, chat. Good show, man. Good stuff. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Lucky I'm not single. I would take your. You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
So, man, I'm so in love. Yeah, I miss you. Yeah, I miss your touch.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I want to get back everything because it means so much to me.
You don't notice most of the people in your comments are a bunch of racists who just hate LeBron because of his politics. Doesn't bother you at all. Ayo, bro. SMD, my nigga. SMD. You heard? SMD. You heard me? SMD. Straight up and down, dog. SMD. Nigga, I said it. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans. 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 You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
I learned the game from some heavyweights.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
Change from another
you
place.
bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
Mama rolling.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
I'm sorry.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
I'm sorry.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
I'm sorry.
You bitch-ass LeBron James fans. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans. LeBron fans.
Of all of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me, contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat. Talking like you can't come to LA. LeBron fans.
Don't give my shit away.
All of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me, contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat. Talking like you can't come to LA. LeBron fans.
I know I've been away. I'm just trying to get my paper straight, girl. Don't give my shit away.